All right, so I hope you guys are having a great day. Most of the time, you know me, I've got my head in the clouds. Idealist, always kind of thinking big picture, but really just kind of this week, I've been feeling very grounded, really, really grounded. So don't think I'm all depressed or down in the dumps. I just, a lot of thoughts that I'm thinking about and wanting to share with you guys. I'm just feeling very grounded right now, not so much kind of head in the clouds. And I think that's just a really good balance. Like I said, everything, business, life, and all is always kind of a roller coaster. Highs, lows, highs, lows. And right now, like I said, I'm just feeling very grounded. And the concept that I'm wanting to really talk about is I've done it. Many, many, many people out there and many people before me have done it. But I haven't seen so much talked about on what I want hit on. Everyone talks about that hustle, that, you work hard, you sacrifice, and you will get what you want in the end. You'll grab that prize possession that you so much deserve. Call it realism, being realistic, or pragmatic, whatever you want to call it. I don't want it to be a negative thing, but I want to bring awareness to anyone that wants to start a business. I've been extremely fortunate with everything that I have going on right now, but things have come to my attention with others that I work around and other people's stories. And look, nobody promises you success. I'll sit there and talk out of my experience that hey, it's possible. I did it. That's all I've ever talked about, but I want to make sure and pull my head out of the clouds, put myself firmly on the ground, and say this very pointed thing is no one promises you success. The whole saying about for a great, great sacrifice, you get great rewards. For great sacrifice, you get great rewards. You don't get a reward without sacrifice. Well, look, just because you sacrifice does not mean that you're promised a reward. You could very well spend years and years and years of your life sacrificing to end up with nothing. That is a reality. I want everyone to be aware of that. And please do not get caught up in my story and my hype. I tend to be very motivational and inspiring. I love to do that. But in the wake of that, I can see there's a very unrealistic kind of blanket put on life. And I want you to know I realize how lucky I am, how fortunate I am up to this point to have everything that I have. Don't think that just because if you work as hard as I do and as others do, that you'll be just as successful, if not more successful. That's not really how it works. That's not how business works. That's why no one can give you a life plan of, here, this is exactly what you do. I try teaching you through experiences of my own that you can maybe take for yourself and tweak it. But at the end of the day, there's so many different variables. Just because you sacrifice does not mean you'll get a reward. Just because you sacrifice greatly does not mean you get a reward in the end. It may come to where it was not worth it in the end. And all that being said is the same thing I've been hammering on for a long time, but I've finally been able to kind of wrap it into a very good thought for you guys is make sure you're doing what you enjoy. That's the trick. If you're sacrificing, don't sacrifice friends, family, health, the things you care about most now so you can have it later, so you can spend more time with your family later, so you can go on more vacations later. Whatever it is more important to you that makes you happy, don't put that off to the side and forget about it. And it's like, in 10 years, I'll come back and I'll really be able to live life. Look, the sad thing is it's a reality. Not all businesses are successful. You could very well spend 10 years sacrificing, and at the end of the 10 years, you've sacrificed everything that made you happy, and you were miserable for 10 years. No payoff. That is a possibility. Doesn't mean it will happen, but I wanted to make sure, especially with me just being in this mood of being really grounded, that I talked about it. There is the flip side. Everything's going to go great. You fall into a whole bunch of luck. You're extremely successful, and everything's great and it paid off. You hear all the payoff stories, but you never hear the other side. You never hear the people that don't have a pedestal to preach on, so to speak. You never hear the failures, and that is a very daunting thing. I do not want to ever get people excited enough to where they make a bad decision. That's why I'm so pointed on making sure you guys make a good decision whenever you go forward with starting a business. Make sure you have all your ducks in a row and do it properly. So, with all that being said, don't sacrifice what makes you happy and what you're excited about. Don't do that. Make sure you're sacrificing for what makes you happy, because you'll hit burnout, you'll sacrifice a majority of your life, and it may not pay out in the end, and you'll lose what's most dear to you. So make sure you're not pushing away what's most dear, what you love, what makes you excited and happy. Don't push those things away, because those might be the only things you're left holding is your memories of these times as you're doing it, the lessons that you learned. So please, just remember, no one is promising you success. So be very careful and specific on what you choose to give up, sacrifice, so to speak, for the thing that you think you want, that success or the business, whatever it is, whatever you think business is going to give to you. Make sure it's a grounded reason, and you don't let go of everything that's important just to chase after something that at the end of the day is just an empty hull of a nothingness, and you've wasted 10, 15, 20 years of your life chasing after it. I know it got a little deep for you guys. I'm sorry. Like I said, I'm just in one of those moods, feeling really grounded. But anyways, if you have anything you want to add to this subject, please let me know in the comments or on Twitter at Welderbeast. Whatever it is, hit me up. Let me know what you guys think. Any experiences you've had. Any people you know that have had experiences that have given it all and lost everything for not so much of a turnout. I just want there to be a very objective conversation about businesses for everyone that wants to get into it. I want people to succeed, and I want people to be happy. Period. That's it. End of story. If you got tons of money or no money, I really don't care. As long as you're happy and doing what you love, that's what I'm most passionate about. So anyways, you guys have a great day. And as always, I'll talk to you later.